All right, I'm just gonna get right into this. I shaved for this. I never shave. That's not true. I do sometimes, but anyway, welcome to a video. Welcome to a special type of video. Is it who asked? Definitely not. That's for sure. Otherwise, I'd be much more happier. What? But welcome to this little update video. Yes, surprise, surprise, it's an update video. But you'd think that after doing this for a couple of years now, I understand. Why making too many updates isn't necessarily a good thing. But I honestly felt like these last few days, these last few weeks, honestly, I've kind of been a bit of a mixture of things. And I just wanted to use this video as like kind of like an outlet, so to speak, of just kind of talking what's on my mind. In terms of content, in terms of like my life, and just other stuff in general. Also, sidebar, I have a little bit of note stuff here. So if I'm looking across the side, that's probably why. I'll try to be minimal edits in this video, so let's see what happens. So the biggest one yet, this, if you're probably wondering, in terms of like what updates I have. So the first and probably the biggest thing is that the KnightSky Direct that I announced back in my birthday stream. I want to talk about my birthday stream too, but the KnightSky Direct I announced then, I'm pushing it back till June. And the reason I'm doing that is not because I'm lazy. Well, I am lazy. I'm going to talk about that later too. But I wanted to give myself more time just to figure out what exactly I want to do and before I announce any new things that I already have planned. And it just applies to videos, streams, to the overall channel things, you name it. And so I want to take some more time just to flush out the ideas that I already have and just, like I said, give myself some more time to just kind of formulate my ideas better in a better way, make sure I'm in like the right headspace for it too. And speaking of announcements, you guys know like I've done KnightSky Directs in the past. I've just done like little announcements here and there too. But I it's something about announcing things. Obviously, it's fun to do that, but you actually have to do it. And what I mean by that is you actually have to follow through. And that's something I definitely struggle with a lot. I know a lot of people do too. But there's a lot of things that I have still in my backlog in terms of, I'm not just talking about videos here too, but like videos especially, there's a lot of stuff I'm resting on right now. Vlogs, videos like, or events like Who Asked, documentary stuff that I wanted to do, short film things, podcast things too. There's just a lot that I've announced because I like the idea of like doing stuff, keeping myself busy. But one of the biggest issues with that is you have to realize, and this goes for any content creator out there, even myself, even like the big guys, but you actually have to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not at the point where I'm like, okay, I'll do this, but I'll have this person take care of this, blah, blah, blah. I'm not at that point yet. In this stage, and a lot of people can agree with me here, if you're a small YouTuber, if you're a small content creator, you have to do all that stuff. And obviously me being a lazy person as I am, realizing that like there's stuff that I have to continuously keep doing and it just piles up. It's not a good feeling. Same can be applied for school. You guys understand that too. It's a similar mindset to when you procrastinate. But if you're trying to get things out in a timely manner, if you want to do things like, as soon as possible, or if you want to like, hit a certain time frame, then you have to do that stuff. You can't push it back too much. Otherwise it won't be what you want unless you actually have a thorough plan for it. But for videos, especially for me, I know it can be a struggle to figure out exactly what takes priority. Because I have, like I said, vlogs that have been, kind of like been in the editing suite for, months at a time, maybe even years. Stream ideas, things like that, and not even to mention games, which is the whole point of this channel, right? Back in the beginning when I made this channel, I want to be a gaming channel. And there are still tons of games I haven't played that are still even my own backlog. I'm sure a lot of you can relate with that as well. But there's too many things. And like I said, the biggest issue is that, following through is something that I need to work on too. But even more is that I don't want to just, throw half-assed stuff at you guys. Or half-assed stuff, sorry. And what that means is I don't want to just give you guys like just the stuff that I whipped up in like 3 hours. Be like, all right, here, take that. Obviously, it's kind of people have told me different types of advice or given me different types of advice over these last few years. Some have been really helpful. Some of them have just kind of been like, oh, that's what you tell everyone, that type of thing. But for where I am right now, so at the current time of this recording, I'm still under 1K for both YouTube and Twitch, but pretty close to them. And hopefully I will be hitting those mile markers pretty soon. When I say mile markers, that's not the end goal. But from what they told me, obviously now when you're still small, you just do anything and everything. And if something sticks, you run with it. And that's great. But there are the moments where, you do everything and you just have like a huge mess of just random stuff, whether it's different types of videos or streams or anything. And it's hard to be proud of something like that. It's hard to be proud of just like trying all sorts of different things. And hey, it works for some people, good for you. But I know for me, I'm not saying I'm a perfectionist. I'm far from it. But the idea that I want to create something in my mind, I'm a very visionary person. I like to see an end goal before I even do anything with it. And obviously the end goal might be, vastly different from what I imagined it, before I actually start working on it. And so because of that, I like get infatuated with the idea of like, oh, this is what the end product will look like. But then when I realize, I'm like, oh crap, like this is gonna take a lot more time than I thought. I'm not gonna be able to get it done by this time I promised. Same thing for like, people getting like projects or work done. I'm sure you guys can relate with that as well. Basically what I'm saying is I gotta stop being a lazy piece of crap. At the end of the day, I'm lazy. I'm not lazified. I'm lazy. That's 100% sure. Surely proof, in fact. And it's something that, people tell about too. Like, streamers these days can be very lazy. A lot of content creators can be very lazy. But what separates a good content creator is someone who can mask that laziness with actual work. And when I say that, I think it means, you make progress, but then you do it in such a way where it doesn't feel like work to you. And that's what everyone says too. If you enjoy your job, if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And I believe that as long as you're having fun with it, as long as you're not stressing over it, like countless times. I know a lot of people do, because in this space, it's very easy to get caught up in like a mental hurdle. Get burnt out sometimes, lose motivation, compare yourself to a lot of other people too, feel down when, a stream isn't going your way or a video is doing poorly, that type of stuff. And it's a challenge. I think it's a challenge that it's a necessary challenge, because you should be able to, if you can like get over those, then there's really nothing you can't handle when it comes to the content creation rat race. I don't know if that's a good way to say it, but if these are trials designed by, and unfortunately they're trials, but they're supposed to help you, mature as a content creator, whether that's for YouTube or Twitch or, even TikTok too, social media too. TikTok, I spent a lot of time on TikTok. A lot of people put a lot of different stuff on there, and it's great. But if you're actually on the other side, if you're trying to make stuff, then it's a lot harder to try to crack that code, or, find the best time to upload stuff like that. But you've heard this all before. I'm not saying anything new at this point. But for me personally, I know I need to continue to, keep that drive alive. And when I say that drive alive, I mean that, I have a passion for, doing fun stuff in terms of YouTube, in terms of Twitch, streaming, content forms like that. I still want to have fun with it. Right now, it's not my job. It's not my full-time life. A dream of mine would be to have it be, a big part of my life, if not the main thing I do. I'm sure a lot of you can agree with that. But I'm lucky right now to be at the stage that I am, still in college, doing this on the side, still being able to live with my family, and just have the chance to do this. And yeah, sometimes there are days where I'll catch myself just like doing nothing. And it's painful because, like, there's so much time. Listen, oh my gosh, this video is going to turn into a whole preaching session. But the gist of it, I tell anyone too, I tell it in streams a lot too. The thing about content creation and, the job of it is it's not the type of job where you can just, shut off your brain after you leave work. You can't clock out from you can't clock out from streaming. You can't clock out from making videos. It's always going to be on your mind. And that's, some people say it's a pain point, but it's also kind of a luxury, because, if you have a whole separate life at your job, then that can be good. You don't have to worry too much about it. But then you feel like you're living kind of two different lives. With content creation, some people still live that double life. But I think if you're able to kind of mesh it all together, you can make something better out of it. But the issue is, like I said, getting over those mental hurdles of trying to, always be thinking about content and thinking what you can do next, what you can do better. And that's why it's really important. Every content creator will say this, even if they don't, just surround yourself with those people who have that similar mindset as you. That's why I'm so thankful for like N10. N10, the boys themselves, even all the people I've met over like this year, this past year alone, I've met so many really, or even like the past 5 years. Past 5 years. That my YouTube journey has led me to meet so many cool people, whether that was through like Creator U or just like people on Twitch in general, IRL stuff through my school, and N10. Just the amount of people that I've met who are able to, share that unique mindset, share their stories with me, support me, I support them. It's necessary for being a part of the show, because there are people who are very successful, but they're lonely as hell. And if that's the lifestyle that they want, then they can have it. I'm not judging them for that. But for me, I can't have that. I can't imagine myself without my friends, without my family. You know what I mean? Like I need that emotional support, but also just that support. because it gives me a reason to continue doing this. Obviously, besides making good content for you guys and stuff like that, and seeing how far I've come, I think seeing people grow with me just makes it that much more better. And this can apply to stuff that's outside of YouTube. It could be sports. It could be just anything in life where you have people who you grow up with and you grow together. I think it just pushes you further and further, and that's what I know. That's what I need now more than ever. And like I said, coming up in 5 years now for N10. It's amazing that we've been together this long, and I'm honestly thankful for them. Like I said, not that many groups can say that, which is crazy because there's a lot of big organizations and big, teams, whatever you want to call it. But N10, the idea of it and the fact that it's stayed around for this long is just unprecedented, in my opinion. And I'm thankful, like I said, I'm blessed to be a part of that group. I love the boys, each and every one of them. And I'm excited to see where we go from here, honestly. 5 years more. I'm excited to see where I go from here. 5 years ago, I was still in high school, just a kid, just watching, Nintendo videos, C&D especially. And here I am now. Look at my room. Not trying to gloat or nothing, because my collection pales in comparison to everyone else's out there. But enough about comparison. I look around and I see all this cool stuff that I've, gotten over this last year, over these last 5 years. And it encourages me. A part of it just wants me to, keep going with it too. And yeah. That's the biggest part I could say about it. And like I said too, you guys deserve the best, and you deserve me at my best. And like I said, these last few weeks, this last month, and so I've just kind of been feeling like the content is just it's there, but it can be better. I know it can be better. I haven't uploaded in literally 2 months. What I did upload was my invitation for the birthday stream, which also, real quick side note, thank you everyone who showed up for that. That was probably one of the best streams of my life. Obviously 21 hours sitting here, or even going downstairs a little bit too, just sitting here and just playing games and trying to be entertaining for 21 hours is a huge pain. I don't know how people can do 24 hours or subathon, stuff like that. But for everyone who did show up, it was phenomenal. You guys know how much I love to dance the night away, how much I love to crack jokes, crack good ones, all that kind of good stuff. It was a blast, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything. I really, like I said, thank you, all of you, for that. But besides that, yeah, I haven't really been doing much on YouTube. And people make the comparison of oh, there are YouTubers that stream sometimes. I'm the streamer that doesn't do videos, right? And if you want to grow as a streamer, everyone says this too. You have to bring people from other platforms, from other audiences. And that's something I really need to continue to work on, because streaming is just playing a game in front of people, right? Or, just chatting, whatever you want to do. And streaming is when you're the most, what is it? When you're streaming, that's the moment where you're the most undiscoverable, if that makes sense. You're literally just doing nothing but being live in front of people. Take that as you will. But if you're actually making videos out of that, content, TikToks, whatever, you're exposing yourself to people who are oh, hey, I haven't seen this guy before. Let me check out his channel. Let me see what he's all about. And then by that way, you can bring more people in, and then just the cycle continues. And this is, I guess you could say, it's also free advice to other people out there too who want to do something similar. Which also kind of leads me to this. By the end of the day, there's a lot of things that people want from YouTube, from Twitch, from just content creation. They have so many big goals. Obviously, one of mine is, have big numbers, but numbers aren't everything. What I think I want to do at the end of the day, I just want to be, a source of entertainment, but I kind of want to inspire other people too. I want to be not exactly what inspired me, because there's a lot of people that inspired me to do content, whether it was on YouTube or Twitch or just in general. But I want someone to take a look at me and say, you know what, I could do that too. And I think that's pretty cool, because then I could say I made them, and then they owe me all the money in the world that they make. So that's a win-win. By the time this video goes up, it is probably still going to be May, but that means we're almost halfway through 2023. And my progress is at a stalemate right now. I gotta make sure that shit goes up. So I just want to make this video to say stuff is getting pushed back a little bit. Stuff is going to get announced. I definitely want to be in the right headspace. I think I'm on my way to being in the good headspace to create better videos and have better streams for you guys too. And like I said, I appreciate all the support, all the advice, all the, just the strides that my friends and everyone who's interacted with me are making, and whether it's in their content creation life or even in their personal life. It's really cool to see, people that I've known for a while now making these huge moves in life too. And honestly, it excites me for what I'm going to continue to do in my life, whether it's, doing content creation or just, other stuff too. But I do want to end this video by saying thank you guys. I do appreciate it. Stuff is coming soon. Vlogs are coming soon. Everything's going to come soon. I just got to lay it all flat, figure out what takes priority, figure out how I can do it in a timely manner, all this great stuff. And hey, if you have any advice for me too, I'd appreciate it. I'm sure I can give you some advice as well. All good stuff. That's really all I got. But hey, KnightSky here. Thanks for talking, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Peace.